right. This is CS50, and this is week 10, our very last together. And before we dive in today, just wanted to acknowledge how much work we know this course is for everyone. We know there's still a tad bit of work remaining, but we do hope ultimately that you're really proud of what you've pulled off over the past few months only. And indeed, the final project, whatever it is you end up building, really is meant to be this capstone where you're finally standing on your own. There's no distribution code. There's not really a specification, and really just an opportunity to take all this knowledge out now for a spin. And we do hope it serves you well longer term. Before we dive into, just wanted to offer a number of thanks for so much of the team that helps out behind the scenes. In particular, the Memorial Hall team, our hosts here who make all of the space and the activities behind the scenes possible. The Education Support Services team who helps with audio and video and more. And then especially CS50's own team, all here in the darkness, helping out in front of the camera, behind the camera. If we could, a huge round of applause for everyone that makes this possible. You might have noticed that these have been unusual times, and we've had some unusual guests in the front of the room here since we weren't sure what to expect early on as to just what protocols would be on campus. And so we have, of course, all of these plush figures behind the scenes who have been helping out behind the camera, behind the monitors, and so forth. And what many of you will see if you've been watching right now or in the future these videos online, you'll see a lot of backs of heads so that there's a little bit of characteristic to some of the shots that we have here. But this is actually born of an inspiration that comes from who will be ultimately today's special guest. Jennifer A. Lee, in fact, whom we'll meet in just a little bit, was ultimately the good friend of the class that inspired this tradition of using puppetry in some form in the class here. What I see down below is a shot like this here. And funny enough, it seems that with machine learning, what it is nowadays, artificial intelligence, so to speak, on social media and the like literally no joke, I pulled up Twitter earlier today, and among my suggestions for whom I should follow now were literally these suggestions here. This is perhaps not surprising, though, because some weeks back I actually started following Count Von Count, whom you might remember from Sesame Street. If you are not following him already, this is an amazing account to follow, an actual count to follow. And it's actually an amazing use of programming. So this account joined in April of 2012. It's got 198,000 followers as of today. And what it's been doing for like 9+ years is tweeting out a number, one per day. This morning's was 3,327. Yesterday's was 3,326. And so presumably someone's just written a program, Python or something else, that's just generating these tweets once a day. Even more amusing, though, is that like every tweet for the past 9 years has like 20 or 30 comments on it from people who are following it. So perhaps consider following this same account and the same application of CS as well. So thanks CS50's team behind the cameras. You might recall the teaching fellow.
Let's talk about uploading podcasts from an RSS feed to YouTube. If you're an audio-first podcast creator, you can submit your podcast RSS feed to YouTube, which will upload your podcast episodes to YouTube and YouTube Music. Let's walk through what RSS feeds are, how they work with YouTube, and how to submit them in YouTube Studio. First, why do podcasters use RSS feeds? Many podcasters use an RSS feed to distribute their podcasts across different platforms. Setting up an RSS feed is something that can be done outside of YouTube using third-party platforms. When you upload a podcast episode to your RSS feed, it will automatically be made available on all the podcast platforms your feed is connected to. This means you only need to upload an episode once, and it will be distributed to multiple places. Next, how do RSS feeds work with YouTube? When you submit your RSS feed to YouTube, a static image video will be created for podcast episodes